Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we're going to be taking a look at your best trailer hitch options for your 2019 Buick Envision. So we're going to have two different trailer hitches to choose from. Right here we're going to have the Curt, and right here we're going to have the Draw-Tite. Now before we get too carried away talking about the differences between the two, I'd just like to mention which one I would choose for my own Envision. The decision that I would probably make would really just depend on how I planned on using my trailer hitch. If I was more concerned with the looks and primarily was going to use it for towing or accessories that didn't fold up, I would probably have to go with the Curt. This one sits a little bit further back, but is less visible and in my opinion looks a little bit better on the back of the Envision. If I planned on using my hitch a lot, especially for those folding accessories like bike racks, I would probably choose a Draw-Tite. And that's because this one does come out a little bit further, gives us a little more clearance, and is a little more easy to access whenever you'd be putting those accessories in and out all the time. But with that being said, now let's kind of talk about some of the big differences. First one being that appearance. So the Curt is going to be pretty much completely hidden. Really the only thing you're going to be able to see is the receiver tube opening. You won't be able to see any of the crossbar, and the receiver tube itself is a little bit shorter in length. And so in my opinion, it's going to look a little better and a little more factory. The Draw-Tite is going to be similar, but not as hidden as the Curt. You are going to be able to see the bottom of the tube a little bit, and the receiver tube opening is quite a bit longer, so it's a little more noticeable. So the next difference I found has to do with the hitch's weight capacities. The Curt right here is going to have a maximum gross tongue weight rating of 525 pounds. So that's going to be the amount of weight pushing down on the hitch. It's a decent number, and you should be able to use just about any bike rack or cargo carrier that you would want with it. As far as the maximum gross trailer weight rating goes, it's going to be 3,500 pounds. So that's going to be the amount of weight that's pulling on the hitch. So it's the weight of your trailer plus anything that you might have on it. I do always like to point out though, regardless of which hitch you choose, it's always a good idea to check in your vehicle's owner's manual to make sure you can pull that much weight. The Draw-Tite is going to have higher weight capacities. It's going to have a maximum gross tongue weight rating of 675 pounds. That's quite a bit, and again, you should be able to use any accessory that you would want. As far as the maximum gross trailer weight rating goes, it's going to be 4,500 pounds. And the same applies. That's the weight of your trailer plus anything that you might have on it. Now, although they're not entirely different as far as those weight capacities go, the Draw-Tite does have a small advantage, and honestly, whenever I am towing a trailer or anything like that, it does give me a little bit more peace of mind knowing that my hitch has a little bit higher of a rating. But other than that, they're going to be really similar. They're both going to be class 3 hitches, so they're going to have that 2" by 2" receiver tube opening and a reinforced collar for extra strength. The pen hole is going to be 5/8 in size, which is standard. Neither one's going to come with a pen and clip, but if you need one, you can find it here at eTrailer. And the safety chain openings are, again, very similar. Both going to be this type of style here and give us quite a bit of room to use just about any size hook. The Draw-Tite is going to have one really small difference. That's going to be the smaller hole here. And that'll allow us to use a J-pin, which is a stabilization device. More or less takes place of your hitch pin. That's going to eliminate any rattle or play in the connection point. But keep in mind, there's also very similar devices that can be used with the Curt as well to accomplish the same thing. Both of the hitches are going to get installed pretty much the exact same way, but at the end of the day, they're both going to look pretty good, perform well, and get the job done. It's really just going to depend on what activity you're trying to do. And that'll finish up our look at of your best trailer hitch options for your Buick Envision. I hope you find this information useful and it helps you decide which hitch will work best for your Buick.